Undervalued businesses look like someone who blend in visually. So, do you look like everyone else? Are you assimilating into the masses on social media, that super saturated market? What sets you apart? What makes you different than the other 2,000 hairstylists in your city? Only you can answer that, my friend. Welcome to the Expansion Code Bridal Edition, the show for bridal hairstylists, makeup artists, beauty pros, and yes, even brides who want the behind the veil scoop. I'm your host, Heather Dick, bridal business coach, salon owner, and ringmaster of a 50-person squad that styles hundreds of weddings every year. Around here, we go beyond the hairspray. Think scaling your business, setting boundaries, surviving high-pressure moments, and creating client experiences that everyone raves about. So whether you're building your bridal empire or planning your big day, grab a coffee or champagne, and let's talk business, beauty, and a whole lot of bridal. Back again. Here I am. It's another episode of the Expansion Code Bridal Edition with me, your host, Heather, and I feel called, spiritual, to discuss pricing with you. And I'm going to be real honest with you. If clients are listening to this episode, I hope that you understand where I'm coming from. And if you are a hairstylist or makeup artist in the bridal industry, esthetician, anything in the service industry, beauty industry, whatever, I hope you get something out of this episode because I ain't sugarcoating, okay? So I hear this a lot. I think I'm overpriced. Not me, but I think I'm overpriced and that's why I'm not getting bookings. And most of the time, almost every time, they're not overpriced, they're underpositioned. And what I mean by underpositioned is they are not expressing or building their value out to the client the way that they should be. I'm going to use an example that I use with my coaching clients all the time, and it's a spoon. I don't have a spoon with me. Why would I in my office? I was going to use it for everyone watching on YouTube, but whatever. This spoon is honestly not very valuable to me. It would maybe, I'd pay 50 cents for it, maybe. I have a million spoons and I use them every day and they're whatever. Let's go to a jungle village that, like those ones that you see on National Geographic who've been living like this and, the Amazon. I don't know. I don't have very good example of it right now, like the names of them, but like tribes who have never seen civilization. You show them a spoon, they would probably kill their child for it. I know that that is dramatic, but it is so true. So you have two items. One person, us, Canada, we have plethora of spoons, and then a tribe that's never seen civilization before. That spoon is the most valuable thing they've ever seen, or even a knife. Maybe a knife is a better example. You have to kind of think about your beauty industry like that. I know that that might seem like I'm veering off a little bit, but what I'm talking about is this lighter that I'm holding right now. I'm not a smoker, but I just like candles in my office. Has a lot of value to someone who doesn't have fire. But for us that go to gas stations on a regular basis, it has no value. And when someone is purchasing or looking at booking you for a service, if they don't see the value in paying your prices, they're not booking. So whose job is it to place that value? Shocker, it's us. In the past 3 years, I think, I've raised our bridal prices $75. That's a lot of money. We went from $120 a service to $195. Terrifying. I'm going to tell you why that happened. I honestly, if I'm being honest, I don't pay enough attention to my competitors on a regular basis. And I looked around and I was like, oh my God, we are shockingly underpriced. And so that year I raised prices to 150 and people paid it no question. And I was like, okay, wow. And like fully booked, overbooked. We had a million inquiries. This past year, I was like, okay. Then I started looking around at our competitors and who we compare to service-wise, experience-wise, all that. And they're charging over $200 a service. And so I was like, oh boy, we are really behind the eight ball here. Now, big jump, $150 to $195. That's a huge jump. But I know our value and what we have done as a bridal team in the industry I've had Blush since 2007, but really been a team since 2014. It's now 2026. We have an incredible reputation. We show up, we're reliable. We do very, very high quality of work. We're fun. We're high end. We've got a great studio. I'm going to name all of the things that build our value. But now We know that we can charge that $195. And what's happening is if you're getting ghosted and you've raised your prices, it's probably not the prices, it's that people don't see the value in paying that for your service. So, are you overpriced or are you just not positioning yourself as someone that's an authority in the industry? Are you consistently discounting your services? Are you saying things like, let me know if that works for you? We can work with your budget. These are the things that are going to kind of like break that barrier and that foundation in the industry because pricing is rarely the issue with why people are booked. Exhibit A, people are paying $195 for our services. Positioning is usually brand clarity. So, who are you? What kind of person are you? What kind of artist are you? Are you fun? Are you quiet? Are you bougie? What are you? Who are you as a person? Who are they hiring? Is it confidence? Is it like, hey, I got this? No problem. You want like that Russian hairstyle that makes my hair look like a rose flower? Girl, I got you. Even if you don't, you figure it out. Is it experience? Communication? We talked about this in previous episodes. What does your communication with your clients look like? That's social proof. How many testimonies do you have on your website? And the authority, like I talked about. Sorry, I feel like the introduction of this episode was a real roundabout way of getting to the value, but we're here now. So if someone cheaper is booking more than you, it's not because they're cheaper, it's because they're clearer. Okay. I'm going to let that settle in for a sec. Let's get practical and tactical. I just made that up. Underpositioned businesses. So, someone that I keep using that word underpositioned, but what I mean is like someone that's undervaluing themselves. They will do things like this. They're going to apologize for their pricing, like, oh, I'm really sorry. That's what our prices are this year. That word I keep saying, let me know if that works for you. I don't want to confuse you or like misrepresent myself because I do say that. Let me know if that works for you. But I'm talking about like, hey, can we move your appointment from 10:30 to 11? Let me know if that works for you. Not like, let me know if our prices are good enough for you. No, no, no. You set your price, my friend. You are the one that is telling them that your price is X amount of dollars. You undervalued businesses potentially don't have a clear client message or niche market. I've talked about this in previous episodes, but let's say you're a hairstylist and you want to focus on blonding clients and bridal. And on your website and your social media pages, and when you show up like everywhere, you're posting or promoting a lot of like unicorn and vibrant hair. You're posting kids' cuts, men's cuts, avant garde styles. Nowhere or very rarely do you see bridal hair and blonde clients. You need to ask for the business. Hey guys, and I've even said this. Hey guys, I'm looking to work with bridal hair and makeup artists that are struggling to build their team. Hit me up if you're interested, or that are struggling to price themselves. Undervalued businesses look like someone who blend in visually. So do you look like everyone else? Are you assimilating into the masses on social media, that super saturated market? What sets you apart? What makes you different than the other 2,000 hairstylists in your city? Only you can answer that, my friend. For me, it's being a comedian and a showman. Just kidding. But potentially, maybe that's what it is. I'm not even a hairstylist, but undervalued businesses, they don't show the process and they don't educate. That's what I mean. I talked about this in a previous episode with timing. We're going to need XXX. I want to educate you on what you should prepare for your appointment, things like that. They don't follow up and they rely, get this, only on talent. Listen, you guys, there are so many good hairstylists and makeup artists out there. There's so many great estheticians. There's so many med spas. What sets you apart? Why are you different? Why should I pay for your services? Listen, I've had so many girls on my team send me this hairstylist. She's actually coming to our studio to teach a class. So excited. She put out her pricing a month ago, whatever. It's February that I'm recording this in 2026. So it's like peak quoting season. This is when brides book. She's charging $900 for a hairstyle, for a bridal hairstyle. And guess how many bookings she has? Fully booked. Fully booked. She's very talented. But I'm going to tell you what, not more talented than you are. Why is she booking and getting clients to pay $900? What makes her different? What sets her apart? Quick pause because I have to brag on my first business baby, Blush Artistry. If you know me, you know that blush isn't just work, it is love. And we are talking hair, makeup, skin treatments, private personal training, the full beauty experience inside and out that makes you feel like the main character, whether it's your wedding day, a birthday, or just because you love taking care of yourself. My team, they are absolute pros. They've got the talent, the heart, and the hype to make you feel amazing. That's why Blush is the go-to beauty squad in Western Canada. Can I get an amen? So if you're ready for a little glow up moment, head to blush-artistry.ca or catch us on Instagram at blushartistrymua. All right, let's get back to the show. I want to break down high price versus high value. Price is a number, value is a perceived certainty. So what am I going to get? What am I going to feel, right? Number versus feeling. Here's how I believe that value is built. Clear inquiry flow. So clear systems, clear booking. It's not texting and DM and emails and phone calls and billboards, whatever. It's clear. Confident language. None of this like, oh, I don't know, like maybe it's this. But no, stand on your own 2 feet, my friend. Beautiful, clean proposals. Quoting your clients and not, oh my God, please, for the love of God, stop quoting prices in just the email body. Create something pretty for them. Brides love pretty. They love beautiful things. They love email sequences and nice pastel colors. It doesn't take long. I can help you. I'm here for you. Let me help you build something that's beautiful. Structured onboarding. So, what this means to me is when someone books, what's next? What we do in Blush is we receive the deposit. I book the system, book it in our schedule. They get a couple email confirmations saying, like, you've been booked. Here's your deposit receipt. Here's your invoice. Then I send a personalized message. I do saying, hey, Sarah, oh my gosh, I'm so excited to let you know I've received your deposit and you are officially booked in. Here are the next steps. I'm going to link you up with Rachel. She's your wedding bestie. She's going to take everything from here. She's going to book your trials. She's going to confirm your details, make sure that your location and timing is correct. Any changes can be made through her. She's CC'd here. I also want to remind you that you get 15% off all of the services in the studio that we offer. So this is here to help you and support you as a bride because we know how expensive it should be. And then we attach the list of services, so on and so on. That's what it looks like when we book a bride. None of this just sending in a deposit. It's like, hey, you're booked. Okay. For when? For how many? Like, be clear. Testimonies and social proof. I learned this word and like verbiage a couple years ago and I love it. Post your 5-star reviews, my friends. Put it onto your quote. So our system is actually incredible. They just added a option to add your Google reviews onto every quote you send. Hello. So anytime we're sending like a $3,000 quote, on the bottom of it, it's our 5-star Google reviews talking about how much people like us. How incredible is that? I can help you. Let me help. And then also being the authority. And what I mean by that is you're positioning yourself as an expert in your field. And that means something like showing up on Instagram and not all the time. I'm not saying every day. I know how annoying it can be. But like, showing up on Instagram and saying like, hey, my name's Heather. I've been a makeup artist since 2007. I have seen every trend come and go. I know that the one thing that brides want to feel and look the most on their wedding day is like a nicer, more put together version of themselves. I'm here to help you feel that way. I'm a very easygoing person, so we can work together to create your dream look. I'm now booking for 2027. Hit me up. What was hard about that? I just made that up. No, I realize I've been doing this for a really long time, but I feel like once you find you give yourself a little bit of space to kind of create this, it'll come easier to you as well. Because if your booking process feels like casual or just willy-nilly, your pricing will certainly come across as aggressive. It's like, hey, who does she think she is charging $250 for a hairstyle when she doesn't even answer my text messages? Oh, luxury is clarity, my friend. When you walk into Louis Vuitton, you know what you're getting. I have some questions for you. Reflect. Does your brand feel elevated? And your brand is you. So when you show up, I don't mean you have to be put together 100% of the time. I just mean, how do you present on your website, on your social media? If you're in person, working on the job, how do you show up? Do you show up like someone that should be charging $200 for a service, 300, 900? Or are you that Kijiji Facebook Marketplace artist? Does your inquiry response sound confident? Do you look and act like the expert? Are you leading the conversation? Are you the one following up? Are you the one saying, hey, want to get you booked in? Or are you just waiting for them and hoping that they choose you? Hope is not a strategy, my friend. Positioning is. So when we raised our prices, I didn't just like change and pray. I had a plan. I was like, listen, here's what we're going to do. We're going to position ourselves as authorities in the industry, which we already have, but we're going to really nail that in with our verbiage on our social media ads and our videos that we put out. We're going to put some like really nice directed videos out together and really position ourselves as professionals in the industry, why people want to book us. They're booking a feeling. We are going to show up. We are calm. We are relaxed. We are reliable. And we've got the reputation of a damn saint. And when booking's slow, I pay attention. What is not matching up? Because I know damn well that our team is worth what we're charging. So where's the disconnect? And I had to audit things, that's my job as the business owner, or your job as the solo artist. Where's the disconnect? I know lots of hairstylists and makeup artists that don't offer a 30-minute facial and back massage before their service and are still charging $300 and are fully booked. So adding more to your service doesn't always necessarily get more. At one point, we did try something that was a failure. It was a total failure. I wanted to position ourselves as the luxury hair and makeup team, and you can book everything. We're going to do everything for you. We're going to bring you breakfast. We're going to bring you Prosecco. We're going to get you gifts, massage, all this stuff before your wedding. And it fell flat. People didn't see the value in it. I was doing it only solely to make money. And our clients are like, nah, I'm good. I'll get my own breakfast. How embarrassing. Actually, it's not embarrassing. Screw it. That's what I said. I'm trying. I'm a business owner. It wasn't clear on what my clients were getting and why they should book this service. Do they need that? Hell yeah. They absolutely need someone to hold their hand and absolutely pamper them from the beginning of the wedding booking to the end. But I didn't position it as something that they saw value in, so it fell flat. When we bumped up our prices to $195, yeah, we offer facial massages and hand massages and all that kind of stuff, but that's not why people are booking us, because you can get that anywhere. They're booking us because we are positioning ourselves as the number one person that they should have. If you're not booking at your price right now, don't panic and lower it. I encourage you to just, like I said, I had to do an audit. What's the feedback I'm getting from clients? Because if they say you're too expensive, they just don't see the value in you. And that's your job. Brides have a lot of money. Brides are taking out, and this kind of hurts my hair a little bit, but you do what you got to do. Brides are taking out second mortgages on their house to have a wedding. They can pay an extra $30 for your service. I promise you that. They don't see your value. That's on you, boo. And I love you. And I don't mean this to hurt your heart, because I've certainly had these conversations with myself as well as a business owner who's changed prices multiple times and have been terrified of changing prices up until basically 5 years ago. It's my job. It's your job to realize that you're not overpriced. You're just not positioned properly yet. I love y'all. If this hit a nerve, it's probably because you're ready for your next level. Call me up. I'm ready to work with you anytime. I love to help people. Even just, honestly, I'm not kidding. Send me a DM on Instagram at I am Heather Dick. We can chat about it. And it can just be like a regular conversation with your big sis, because I care about you deeply. And, I thought this episode was going to be faster than it was, but we got a lot to say. So thank you for being here. Sorry that the intro was kind of convoluted. I eventually came back around and got to what I wanted to talk about. Have an awesome day. I'll see you with the next episode. Thank you so much for tuning into the Expansion Code Bridal Edition, your VIP access to a booked out, balanced, and thriving bridal business. If you loved today's episode, hit subscribe, leave a review, and share it with a fellow beauty pro. For more tips and behind the scenes magic, hang out with me on Instagram at I am Heather Dick, or visit theexpansioncode.ca. Until next time, keep slaying those styles, leading with confidence, and remember, every detail counts, and so do you. Another little disclaimer, while I love sharing advice and business wisdom, I am not your lawyer, I'm not your accountant, and I'm not your fairy godmother. If you do want to be best friends, though, you can hit me up. Everything on this podcast is for educational and entertainment purposes only, so No lawsuits, okay?